Darling in the Franxx, Episode 18, When the Sakura Blooms. What is going on, party people? Fumencho here, back at it once again with another episode of Darling in the Franxx. Now, Thursday's preview honestly kind of spoiled this episode. It was an insane preview. We saw that Mitsuru and Kokoro were getting married. There was this stuff going on with Ikono as well, and it kind of took away from this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep watching those previews. I kind of like the episode just being a mystery, and this would have been a really pleasant surprise. This entire episode, but this was a great episode. I loved it. I had a couple of nitpicks here and there, and I'll get to those, but just the overall tone that they set here, it's similar to the tone that they've set in previous kind of slice of life type of episodes, but it feels really strong here. We see just so much camaraderie between Squad 13. We see just friendship. We see friendship there, and I like that between pretty much every single person. And again, I mentioned that the preview spoiled it, but with Ikono, I guess we all kind of assumed that she was like attacking Ichigo, or at least that's what I kind of assumed. Like she was forcing Ichigo to like kiss or something. That's not really happening here. In fact, that scene itself was really beautiful. Probably like one of the most beautiful moments from the entire series. Like, and it's so crazy how just I feel like that particular part in the series was done in a really respectful manner. I mean, that could have easily been super like tropey and dumb and forced, but it worked really well. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of relatable in a way. Like it felt realistic. And I don't know, like that was beautifully handled, I think, in my opinion at least. I know there's a couple, you know, it was handled well. In my eyes, it was handled well. And I like Ikono as a character more. She's become more interesting because she kind of opens up in this episode. She kind of gets out of her shell, and it's honestly too little too late for her character though, not as a viewer, but just as a character in the series, because now things are gonna be a little bit tougher. So I thought that it was a good moment for her in terms of what's going on in this episode, because it looks like the entire series is going to be changing real soon. So yeah, and look, I think we need to talk about the wedding now. Beautifully done, really well done. I like how they're all kind of prepping for it. I like the rings. I like how they're making her a dress. I like Ikono giving them the flowers. I just love the moment that they have together, Kokoro and Mitsuru, just them talking together. One of my just like sweetest like aw moments is when he was like, she asked like, you can look at me, and he was like, I can't do the impossible, and he started blushing. That's just adorable. Come on, that's so adorable. I love stuff like that. Like that's just a really sweet moment. There's tons of that stuff throughout this entire episode, but things kind of hit the fan, and then we see APE or Apes men, I guess, just enter in, just tear apart this wedding, and they erase Mitsuru and Kokoro's memory, which really hurts. I'm not gonna lie, that does not feel good. I do not like this. I think it's really sad, and I know that Hiro and 02 are gonna feel for them. I know that they are angry, and you see that at the end of this episode, Hiro's like, yeah, we're at the end of our rope here. Like we're done. Like we're pushing it. Come on, we've done so much for Papa. We've done so much for just the cause, and we've gotten nothing in return. And they feel angry about that, and I really like that, especially like again that relatability between the situations with Hiro and 02 and Kokoro and Mitsuru. I like that a lot, because they're the ones that suggested, or Hiro's the one that suggested the wedding. He feels kind of responsible for what happened, and now they have their memories of it. It's just really well done, really well done plot point. Something I kind of didn't like about this episode is when they got to the garden-like place or whatever. I can't remember what it was called. Like, I think it was Zorome, actually. He was like, we've been here for weeks. Like, when are we going to get some information? That passage of time felt a little just, like, in your face. Like, weeks. Like, you literally just transitioned to a scene. They could have, like, I don't know, had some kind of montage of them just chilling there for a long time. Have a couple of frames, maybe. Just, like, something like that to suggest the passing of that time. Because it's just, like, 1 minute we're, you know, back at that house, and the next, it's weeks later inside this place. Maybe that was something that was lost in translation. I don't really know, but just wasn't really feeling that. That was felt a little forced. But all in all, this is a really good episode, and it kind of, I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff it's going in the direction that I kind of expected it to. That's for sure, and I think it's a direction that a lot of people expected it to go into. I'm just curious, like, is Kokoro pregnant? Is that going to affect her memory somehow, knowing that she is pregnant? Because that is a powerful enough key where if she were to notice that, oh, there is life inside of me, I think that would cause the memories to come back. And if Mitsuru is responsible for that life, if he's, you know, if he took part in that creation, then I think that he would kind of get his memories back too. That is kind of my prediction on what's going to happen. Is maybe she starts showing a little bit. I don't know. It's been weeks, so like it would be around that time, or you know, what was it successful? Like, is she even pregnant? Like, this stuff doesn't happen at the first time, obviously, or at least not all the time. So like, there's lots of variables at play there that could alter that theory for sure. The nightmare sequence as well in this episode, that was interesting. I guess like all of the past co-pilots of 02 like came to get her or something, or maybe she's starting to feel human enough to realize that, oh, I've killed a lot of people. Like I have, you know, I'm being haunted by these people that I have killed throughout my time as a pilot, or sorry, I like that. I really do. And she's starting to realize, like, oh, human life is actually meaningful. Like, wow. And those people that I killed, they had this too, in a way. And maybe not to that extent, of course, because they were like, you know, boring drones for Ape and Papa or whatever. But I like that she's starting to feel for that, feel for those characters. And it's interesting. We see the hand come in. I don't know if that's alluding to plot details later on, or if this is only just a nightmare. I'm thinking it's a little bit more than that. Why would the hand be there? That sound effect too, that screeching Klaxosaur sound. Creepy. Really, really creepy, really, really effective. I don't know. And like, I'm curious when they moved to this place, did they get to keep their old stuff? Does she still have, you know, the book that she was working on with the crayons and stuff like that? Will she be able to show Hiro the full thing? Are Hiro and her okay now? Because I noticed towards the end of this episode, they weren't really talking very much. And just that scene of her fighting the Nines as well, that was really cool. She was kind of going toe-to-toe with the whole squad there. If it was just one-on-one, she could easily wipe the floor with them. So, I just, you know, I hate those guys. The Nines are the absolute worst, just the scummiest of scum. I hope they all die in this series. So, it was nice to see, her getting a couple of hits in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All in all, again, it was a really good episode. I really liked just the whole overall tone. It's very, very sweet, and you know, by the end of it, melancholy. I like these characters a lot. I think that even though the pacing of this series has been a little off here and there, we've seen, you know, just very, very slow episodes like this. You know, and the action's not really paced well throughout the series. It's like, here's an action episode, here's 5 character development episodes, here's an action episode, 4 character development episodes. That's been kind of like that. And that's kind of a fault towards the series, but it also I think it works. Like, I think that when you have these kinds of moments, you feel for those characters a lot more. So it kind of goes both ways. It goes in both camps for sure. And I think that definitely they got a win in this one, with just, you know, the feels for having these characters ripped apart and their memories completely erased. Like, that is big. It's going to be interesting to see how Squad 13 takes this. It's going to be interesting. Oh, that moment with I can't remember his name. The squad, not the squad leader, but there was Nana or whatever from the last episode, and her partner, the blue-haired dude. That little backstory that he had, that was really, really cool. That gave me, I feel for his character. I think that he's going to come through. I think that he's going to start, like, realizing that, oh, like, I was a person at once before too, and I think that he's going to, like, come through and just be like, you know what, team Squad 13, let's get out of here. Like, let's lead a kind of like a coup d'etat, if you will. And I think that's really, really cool. I think that could work. I think they're kind of alluding to that sort of stuff. They're subtly building that. And that's kind of what they do throughout this whole series, is they subtly build these sort of things. The stuff with Ikono, they were building that since like early in the series, and it finally paid off here. Maybe not to her, but she, you know, she got pretty friend zoned, let's get real. But those kinds of things, that subtle storytelling is impressive. Like, that is not easy to write. It is not easy to plant those seeds and then have that stuff grow throughout the series. and they're doing it really well here. Yeah, they have a garden. And I'm excited to see what else grows in that garden. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. I always appreciate your viewership. Make sure to comment down below and give me your thoughts on what do you think of this episode? Do you think that there's obviously a lot to talk about? Like, I'm still kind of you know, decompressing everything, but like the wedding I think is the main topic that I kind of want to stake on. That was pretty beautiful. Let's focus on the bright side of this episode. Let's focus on that kind of sweet, romantic, like those, oh, let's focus on those moments, because I'm scared. Like, I'm scared what's gonna happen to these characters. I just hope that they somehow find a way to get their happiness back. That's worth fighting for, right? But anyway, yeah, let's comment down. Let's talk about this episode. You can hit the like button if you want. You can hit the dislike button if you want. It's up to you. You can subscribe if you want, or you don't have to subscribe. Just if you do, you could check out my My Hero Academia reviews. That review's going up a little late. I apologize for that. Getting it up, it's a different thing. I'll talk about it in that review. And also E3 coverage. I do some gaming stuff on this channel, believe it or not. Not a lot of people watch it, and if you do watch it, I really appreciate it. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty much done here. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.